In this edition of eBEFOREi Video Reviews, we take a look at the brand new Series 7 figure collection, Doctor Who, the Doctor.
Hey there, welcome back to eBEFOREi Video Reviews. Today we're taking a look at the brand new figure. It's the Series 7 figure collection of Doctor Who. And now these are the smaller scale figures. Previously, Doctor Who figures have been at the 6-inch scale, and well, right now they're closer to Star Wars size. But that doesn't mean that it's a bad figure, so that being said, let's take a quick look at the box, then we'll open him up and figure out if this guy is worth your time and money. So interestingly enough, this is from the BBC. Ages 5+ is what they want, but not for children under 3. If you're 4 years old, you're on your own. There are 6 figures to collect in this collection, this being one of 6. This, of course, is actor Matt Smith's incarnation of the Doctor, Doctor Who number 11, possibly 12. We'll see how the 50th anniversary special turns out. You can see he comes with a little miniature sonic screwdriver. The figure itself looks pretty well detailed. Comes with the stand, nothing on either side of the box. On the bottom of the box, they just have some warnings and a little unhappy kid right there. Now, on the back of the box, they've got a couple of different zone playsets that you can purchase. They do look cool, so I don't know if I'm going to pick that up to review. If I see them at retail, maybe I'll give it a shot. And then all the figures here in this collection that we'll be reviewing here on this channel. The fine print says it's manufactured by Character Options Limited, with a sticker for Underground Toys, I guess that's the US distributor, and a Scan Me barcode. I don't know where that's going to take you, but give it a scan. Bit more fine print. This is Doctor Who action figure item number 04658. Anyway, that was a quick look at the box. Let's go ahead and get him opened up. Alright, so I've got the Doctor opened up, and wow, I wish I could say better things about this guy. He's not completely terrible, but there's a lot of problems here. Let's take a closer look. The head sculpt here is not that bad. Side profile, you kind of have the look of the actor. So, again, it's not that bad. And my figure, it looks like the lips weren't quite painted in, missing some paint over to the left. So it looks like he's kind of giving you this smirky face, but I don't think that's intentional. Now, everything on the face appears to be painted, so I believe that the hair is actually painted brown. And then you've got a fleshy tone for the face, eyes, eyebrows. Everything appears to be painted, so that's cool. I wonder how this will wear in time. The shirt is where we begin to have problems. So he has this very proper shirt with his bow tie, which looks okay. The plastic here for his coat is a very kind of soft, bendy plastic, but it's glued, and I mean like hard glued here to the body, so you can't lift it up past that point. You can see that they put some paint applications here so that you can see that he very clearly has a vest on underneath. The paint actually under my lights appear to be a bit purple. Now what makes this figure difficult for me to recommend is the fact that in his legs here, it looks like he has leg-thigh articulation, but you can't bend it. It's molded into place. And I actually tried to move it because it clearly looks like it's going to let you move that. Alright, but as I tried to really give it a go, this whole piece just came off, and I lightly touched the head, and the head came off. This is my figure that I paid for. I have some problems with that. Now, taking a closer look at the legs, you can see that he's got these joints that make it look like he can walk, but you're just not getting anything out of it. They're hard glued into place, at least on my figure. Now, if somebody out there has a figure where it does bend here, then this is poor quality control. If it's not supposed to bend, why the heck not? You can't get any poses out of the figure that you can't bend the legs to where it can simulate a type of walk. While we have this out, this bit right here is soft plastic as well, and to pop these legs back in, it really is just as simple as to give it a good shove up there, and you're back in place. Continuing on, he has, decent paint for the arm, and the sleeve under the coat, which is cool. You do have wrist articulation, which is nice. You got a dual hinge on the shoulder, a hinge on the elbow, You do have knee bend articulation. You don't have anything for the feet, which is probably why they give you a stand, because I think on my figure it worked out okay that he stands pretty well, but if you've got any warping in the legs, this guy is going to topple right over. And like a lot of these plastic toy figures that you get, you never really know until you get them opened up to see what you're going to get. The neck does turn, I should mention as well. Left and right, there is no up and down unless you give it a light tap with your thumb and it pops right off. Now the sonic screwdriver, for being so tiny, is pretty nicely detailed. You got the gold color, the white and the black, and the bits that kind of come up around the tip. I mean, it looks good for the size that this is. Now I can see why they say that this is going to be a choking hazard, because this is so unbelievably small that parents out there, if you give this to your kid, they could stick this up their nose or swallow it, no big deal, and yeah, it's probably not the safest thing you could give your child. You could really put the Sonic in either one of his hands. I kind of like the way that it looks right here in his right hand, so yeah, we'll go with that for now. Where this figure gets a little bit more cool is the fact that he fits perfectly with the brand new TARDIS for the 4-inch figures. So you can have this guy posed up inside of his TARDIS, and that's just super cool. So for a display piece, it's not terrible. Now, I've heard that one of the reasons they went to the smaller scale for this figure was that they wanted it to be more kid-friendly and not so much for adult collectors. The problem that really makes this the most difficult for me to recommend to you is the fact that his parts just flop off so easy. If you give this to a small child, I really think that it's going to be in rough shape after a day of playing with it. For a shelf piece, it looks okay, but since there are 6-inch figures, including a 6-inch of the Matt Smith Doctor, the larger TARDISes you can buy, if you're going to spend money, I kind of think that that's where your money should go, unless you really want to start collecting the smaller scale, in which case, by all means, it doesn't look bad. It's after you get it in your hands that things start to fall apart, literally. Here's a quick size comparison to a Star Wars figure, a Hasbro release. This is the Luke Skywalker from the Black Series. And they're about the same height, but the proportions are different. The Doctor's got a much smaller head, and the overall proportions, I think, are just generally smaller, even though you're at about the same height. Nowhere near the posability that you have on the Star Wars figure, though. Anyway, that's my review of the 11th Doctor. I appreciate you checking out eBEFOREi video reviews. If you like what you see and you just want to support my channel, just click subscribe. It costs nothing to you and actually helps me out. You'll be notified whenever I have new videos, which are pretty much weekly at this point. I review a lot of Doctor Who, Star Wars, and lots of Transformers. So if that's your thing, or you know someone whose thing that is, then point them my way. All my YouTube videos are on youtube.com/eBEFOREiNet. If you want to hit me up on Facebook, I'm facebook.com/eBEFOREi, and you can tweet me at eBEFOREiNet. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you again real soon.